Hi aviation fans and av geeks, welcome back to Driven.aviator channel. In this episode I'm taking you for a little sightseeing flight with this beautiful sunny weather in my 1960 Beechcraft Twin Bonanza, which is exactly the plane I brought over the Atlantic earlier this year. So if you're curious how this thing flies and how to fly this thing, just stay tuned.
Special cars, rare bikes and airplanes. This is what drives me. I'm Philip and I'm the Driven Aviator. Welcome to my channel.
There we are, arriving at Magdeburg City Airport. It is November actually, and the sun is shining like crazy the whole day. No clouds at all, perfectly cavoc. So yeah, I can't remember making my last flight in November with such a weather. Awesome. And what do we have there in the background? It's a V-tail Bonanza. And the Bonanza will be part of the game today. I will tell you the differences of the Bonanza and the Twin Bonanza later on. See ya. Right, there we are at our hangar. And beside the Twin Bonanza, here's my dream plane. Just kidding. This one was the very first plane I've been flying. I've been learning flying on this C-42 ultralight. But another dream plane, to be honest, is the Yak 55M. Pretty performant aerobatics aircraft. I think the Russian national team used them for aerobatics world championships, so they're extremely performant. Not too expensive, so compared to an extra 300, for example, this is pretty much more bang for the buck, to be honest, in terms of aerobatic planes. We are here for this beauty. There she is, 3 Alpha Golf, our 1960 Beechcraft Twin Bonanza.
I've been trying to make it for some time, but all I see is enemies. I've been steady focused on my grind. Do everything, you never leave, you never leave. I tried to deny this, but it's so clear. I'm so glad to have you by my side. You're all I need, my remedy. I'm so glad to have you in my life. That ain't a lie. My baby make me feel alive. I'll never die. Wherever we go, I like. She bring the fight. Tell the haters step aside.
You might have seen my other video of the pre-flight procedures and the startup of the Beech Twin Bonanza, so we skipped that for today. But before we get started, I have 3 interesting facts of the Twin Bonanza you probably didn't know before. The first thing is about the size of the Twin Bonanza. So the Twin Bonanza is not a simple Bonanza just with 2 engines. No, that would be a Baron. The Twin Bonanza is much bigger in size. So look at me, look at where I'm standing. So this thing basically is a King Air, and it's a great grandfather of the King Air. So completely different in size compared to a Bonanza. Actually they took a Bonanza, put the King Air wing, so developed the King Air wing, cut the windscreen in half and just made it a lot wider in size. And there we are, having the Twin Bonanza. Second interesting fact is that a Twin Bonanza is an extremely rare sight in Europe. So actually there are 3 or 4 Twin Bonanzas flying in the whole of Europe. And even in the US, this plane has become a rare sight. This is an H50 Twin Bonanza, as you can see here. So supercharged, fuel injected engines. 1960, remember that. And there are actually 3 supercharged Twin Bonanzas flying. So this is, you can call some warbirds rare, but I think the Twin Bonanza is a really rare sight. And the last fact is about this plane in particular. One of the previous owners of this plane was a World War II submariner, and he was fighting against the German Navy in the Atlantic. So pretty funny, this plane's in Germany right now, isn't it?
I've been tryna make it for some time, but all I see is enemies. I've been steady focused on my grind. Do everything, you never leave, you never leave. I tried to deny this, but it's so clear. I'm so glad to have you by my side. You're all I need, my remedy.
War ganz cool. Clear. Right engine, boost pump, right to main, fuel pressure, check, both area clear, magnetos first, ICO switch, check, prime, 1, 2, 3, and start. Fuel pressure check, boost pump off. Alright, avionics on. Alright guys, the power checks are done. Unfortunately, my intercom mic is not working in this plane, so I hope you can hear me. I will activate the speaker so you can also hear the ATC, and we are ready for departure. November 773 Alpha Golf wohl halt bis zum 7 abgeholt. Alpha Golf, November 3 Alpha Golf, geht auf die Piste 27. So trying to line up as far behind as possible. We have 3,000 feet of runway, which usually is sufficient, but with such a heavy twin engine aircraft, there is never enough of runway. Alright, temps and pressure is good. Takeoff over set. Airspeed is alive. the Twin Bonanza flight is all about. This is the perfect travel plane. approach. Bringing out the power. And let her sink. Aerodynamic braking. There we are. Flaps up. Use some brakes. After landing checklist. Landing lights off. Taxi light stays on. Transponder to standby, which we can do here. Alright. One thing I forgot is that even though I'm using checklists, my fuel pumps, boost pumps were off. This is not how it's supposed to be according to checklists. Because if you have an engine-driven fuel pump failure on final, you're screwed. So that's the reason why you should keep those things running. My bad.
Radar wings 1 Juliet Papa, vous avez flight level 3900, direct takeoff.
Alright.
I've been trying to make it for some time, but all I see is enemies. I've been steady focused on my grind.
Look at this Tupolev 134, I think. And there's a commander under his wings. So this Tupolev, guys, was flying for the German Democratic Republic, for the Interflug, which was like the Lufthansa version of the German Democratic Republic.
I tried to deny this, but it's so clear. I'm so glad to have you by my side. You're all I need, my remedy. I'm so glad to have you in my life. That ain't a lie. My baby make me feel alive. I'll never die wherever we go.
Checklist. Park brake is set. Taxi light goes off. Interior lighting check. Avionics go off. Prop levers pull forward. Boost pumps are off. Throttles crack open. So to shut off these engines, you don't pull the magnetos. You just pull those ICO switches, which are basically a fuel cutoff switches for the injection, starting with the right. And off. Magnetos. Same goes for the left. There we are, off. Magnetos off. Alright. Batteries, generators off. Fuel selectors stay as they are. Beacon goes off. Nav lights go off. Batteries off, generators off. That's it, guys. Shut off checklist complete. And look at that view. I can't say it too often, really.
I've been trying to make it for some time, but all I see is enemies. I've been steady focused on my grind. Do everything, you never leave, you never leave. I tried to deny this, but it's so clear. I'm so glad to have you by my side. You're all I need, my remedy. I'm so glad to have you in my life. That ain't a lie, my baby.
So guys, thank you for watching our little Twin Bonanza sightseeing flight. I'm pretty sure more adventures with 3 Alpha Golf will follow in the near future, because she's the perfect travel plane and we are in Europe. There are so many places to visit, so stay tuned guys. Hope to see you in my next adventures. Thanks a lot for watching. Your Driven Aviator. Bye bye.
Driven hard in the clouds, fly so